Hello and welcome to the Pumpkin Podcast. I'm your host, Calum Beckett, and this channel is proudly sponsored by Dean of the Dead's Hot Sauces. Today I am joined by Andy Longmore, scare actor. Andy, how are you?
I ain't too bad, doing alright, mate. How's yourself?
I'm not doing too bad, thank you very much. Now, Andy's been in the industry for many years, so we're going to have a brief chat with Andy about what he's done, what his favourite things are about the scare industry, and then we're going to play our second rendition of the Wheelie Hot Game. Now, Andy's looking forward to this. Now, we've stepped it up a level now because we've actually invested in a wheel. So you're going to be able to see what it actually lands on as well. So it's a big wheel, so we'll pull that out later.
It's really big.
It's really big. So yeah, are you looking forward to that?
That'll certainly be interesting, especially with knowing what I like with spicy food.
And that's why I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, Andy, you've been in the industry for how many years now?
About 7 years now. I started off in 2013, went to ScareCon.
Mm-hmm.
Loved that, opened me up to a world I didn't even think existed. Then came back second year for ScareCon in 2014 at Tully's. Saw Rosie's Scare Acting Workshop, had a look at that. Probably I'd say my mentor actually, Gary Irving, who been in the industry for over 12, 13 years, went from scare actor to now a designer. He just asked me to say, why don't you try it, give it a try, see if you like it, see what you think of it. Just put 2 weeks off Halloween, come Screamfest Bird for 2 weeks, just see if you like it. Turned up for the audition, did the audition, got through, went to my first rehearsal.
Was that exciting when you got through?
It was.
Were you expecting to get through, or was it just...
No, absolutely not. But because I never even wanted to do acting. I never wanted to be an actor. I never did drama lessons, never did drama school, nothing like that. It was one of them crafts I always thought, I can't do this. I looked at it and thought, yeah, I just couldn't do that. I just don't think I'd be any good at it whatsoever. So then we turned up at the first rehearsal, did the icebreaker, who we are, what's it. Everybody had done something, whether it be drama school or anything. Me, just a completely blank slate. So it was interesting to go from zero experience in any form of acting at all, even such as little as drama school, to going into a craft which is, one, physically demanding, two, it's a case of thinking on your feet, but also a hell of a lot of fun.
It's true. I mean,
a hell of a lot of fun.
The scare industry, scare acting is a lot of fun. As you know, everyone that is in the industry and works in the industry is why we do it. You know, it doesn't pay the best. You know, we do it because we enjoy doing it. I mean, what was the first attraction you actually worked at?
First attraction I worked at, I started off at Screamfest Burton. I did 2 seasons there to start with. First maze I ever worked in was Slasher at the time. Actually,
What was your character in that?
I was playing James Monroe, who was to be executed.
He was actually executed in your first scare role.
Yeah, I had to play being executed by electrocution.
Right. Okay.
So you would sit in the electrocution chair with the hood over your head, and you'd see the audience come through, and they sit on 2 benches in front of you. So it was really good because whilst my partner, the co-worker at the time that was playing the vicar, to follow the procedure, like you would see in most American prisons or most American executions, it was set in like a story, like this is sort of story. You're, as a guest, you're basically there to witness James Monroe's execution.
Right. Okay.
But as we know with scare attractions in horror films, it just goes horribly wrong.
As always.
And basically, the first thing I'm there to do is to just jolt like a madman and just be electrocuted. Then the lights go black out into a sequence. So then that's one thing you get to know. You get to know when the lights go out, when they come back on, when you've got to be at a certain point. And sometimes you twiddle about with it in a certain way so that you find what works. And if the first time it doesn't work, you then find what does work. Because you'll go, say, for example, you'll go through so many thousands, like for a small farm park, probably say 2,000 guests a night. You can probably guarantee not all of them will be scared by the exact same thing and by the exact same routine.
Of course, yeah. Scares get different people. Certain scares get different people, as you know.
Yeah, you could so to sum up the slasher maze, you'd have one room where I'd be executed, to then the vicar would be killed, then the door would be open, but instead of going from the execution room,
Mhm.
you'd then go into Slasher's Nightmare.
Okay.
So within 2 rooms you'd get the story of how Slasher became the Slasher, and then it would finish as like Slasher chases you around the room. So it was very, very small maze, but very basic, and that's what I liked about it.
So it was nice. It was a nice ease into the scare industry as your first role.
It's definitely something I would recommend like anyone to start, but obviously it's not there now. It was one of those mazes that you could take anywhere,
Mhm.
and I think that was what Andrew Porter designed it for, so that he could take it for a Screen Fest one day. If he wanted to take it over to America, he could take it to America. He could take it to different locations. I've always Andrew Porter was probably one of the first designers I ever met, so I got to see like how he designed his maze and what things he used to take into consideration when designing a maze. So he's designing not just for the health and safety side and the story side, but also like where your actors could be, how they could do their scares. He'd take so much into consideration when designing them as well, and I think that's something that I found quite a few designers take in. You don't it's one of those crafts that you don't realise how many elements there are until you actually go into it.
That's what I mean. As you know as well as I do, some people don't understand the scare industry or the craft of the scare industry. Even now, my friends ask me what I'm doing or what's this I'm doing, and they just don't understand it. They don't get it. There is a certain craft to it, isn't there?
Yeah, that's what I mean. We always go to Blackpool. We always go to Passage del Terror. It's one of those mazes where some people might not think it's the best in the world.
It's good fun, Passage.
That's the thing. It's not trying to be the best in the world. It's trying to just be a good all round fun for what it is.
That the general public can go through and enjoy.
Yeah, say you pay £8 or £9 to go in. As long as you come out there and say, "Have I got my £8 or £9 worth?" If the answer is yes, you're onto a winner. And
I always love the chainsaw finale in Passage.
A chainsaw finale will never go away. It's always been a crowd pleaser.
I remember when I first went through that, I absolutely, I cacked myself big time. Because I wasn't expecting it. I think anyone that goes through there first, for their first ever time, it gets them big time. And obviously after I went back after that first time, obviously it's coming. So obviously you're not gonna run out into the bar as you normally would do for the first time. But that scare was one of the first things I did as well, is going through Passage, and it holds a special place for me. I love Passage, and I always enjoy going to Passage, as you do when we go to Blackpool.
Do you know one thing I always love to see, especially as like being a scare actor, is say you go through a maze like Passage, and then you get mixed in with another group. Sometimes you're always going to get bad bunch, but you'll get majority of the time you'll have a group with you. And full well, being a scare actor, you get used to it, you get desensitized to it, you understand how the mazes work, you understand the mechanics behind it, so that when you go through, yes, you can still get scared, it's just not as easy as it would be
Agreed, yeah.
When I went with the first attraction I ever went through as a guest was Terror of the Towers Bloodfest Banquet, and
this is at Alton Towers, yeah?
This is back in either 2011 or 2012.
Because you've also worked at Alton Towers as well, haven't you?
I did. I worked, and the one maze when it won the awards when we went to Margate 2016.
What Scarecon that was, by the way.
That's probably still one of my favourite Scarecons.
I love Scarecon Margate.
And I just love the fact that the meal what we had at the time was basically Chippy. It went and bought Chippy for everyone. You couldn't get much more fun than that. It's like when you go to Chippy, it's always one of those meals that it just reminds you of either something you would eat at a scare attraction or something you would go to Blackpool for. So and even when we talk about different memories. So when I did my radio show, we talk about things just the general things what you do visiting a scare attraction. So obviously you could be there for the scare mazes, but you also soak in the atmosphere. You'll go to the bar, you'll go to the food outlets, and there's just little things what you do you go to a food outlet and get different things, and 9 times out of 10 it's burger and chips or fish and chips or something very simple. And to have that at the Scarecon at the time, it was just another memory to have. It's little things like that cling back to another memory. It just brings that back to you.
The thing is, I've known you for many years, and I can probably say, and a lot of people can probably vouch for this. I don't know that many people that are dedicated to the industry as much as yourself. Obviously, you act a lot at Halloween, and if you're not acting, you're at attractions doing attractions. Am I right?
Yeah.
What would you say your favourite attraction you've been to? I'm putting you on the spot here. What would you say if you could say, right, you know what, this is the standout attraction I've been to? Not the favourite maze. What's your favourite all-round attraction?
All round, so like if I'm going by particular years, one thing that will always be close to my heart will be the Sanctuary. The story behind it,
And for the people who don't know, just tell them where the Sanctuary is.
So the Sanctuary was a scare maze at Alton Towers, and that ran from, oh god, I forgot what years it ran up to. It ran from around, I think it's...
Come on, what year was it? I want to know.
I want to guess. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, and I'm sure if Dan Thorpe's watching this, he will correct
He'll
me.
be screaming now at you.
He will correct
He'll
me
be
if I'm
screaming at
wrong,
you.
and I probably will be wrong. I'm going to guess it's something like 2013.
Okay.
So say like 2013 to 2015.
I know a few people who probably will correct you if you're wrong.
Yes, and I probably am wrong, but if I look back at it, and I'll end up kicking myself as well. But when I went in 2013, that was like just the first thing that I saw, and I remember when they had the Freedom Passes at Alton Towers, and so the Freedom Passes was something at the time you'd pay £40 for, and you got unlimited access to all the scare mazes.
Okay.
So 9 times out of 10, like me and even Mikey will remember this from Scare Track. I met up with Mikey one day, and we must have gone to the Sanctuary about 10 times in a row. But each time, it felt like a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
And the way...
That's unique. That doesn't happen very often.
No. Even though we knew it was the same, the core elements were the same, but the actors made it feel... They just did like just little things that were different. And they made it feel like a different experience each time, so that you were always scared. And I remember in the first room you encounter, that for a scare actor was complete free roam.
Mm-hmm.
It was a case of, you've got this room. It's one of those types of rooms where you don't have to do things in a specific order or do a specific thing. It was like just complete free reign. You've got the mindset.
Yeah, I remember going through the Sanctuary. It was fantastic back in the day. I mean, to be fair, Alton Towers have always put on some fantastic mazes. I think my personal favourite from Alton Towers, I'm gonna say Altonville Mine Tour, Legend of the Skin Snatchers. I've got to say that for me is the best one. I think it's because of the music personally as well. The music and the smells inside of that just connect with me, and I really, really like that. Do you like Altonville Mine Tour?
I do like it, especially at the start. The thing I've also found with mazes is like there'll be times you can first go through it, it's incredible, and then you may go in it another time. The run might not be as good. You go in it another time, it'd be an even better run. Mm-hmm. Consistency is never always the same in attractions, but I don't think that's a bad thing.
Especially the later you get in October, because actors start to get tired the later you go on. Because if you go into the first week to any sort of scare, everyone's hyped, everyone's pumped, everyone's still got their energy. But as you start getting into week 3 and week 4, and then into the first week of November for a scare attractions that run into November, you start to see the performances drop. And it is very rare that the performances stay consistently high throughout the whole of October, which, you know, you say is a shame. And obviously, if you're going to an event later in the year, you're still going to want the same experience as someone that went at the start of the month when everyone's still energized. But it's not the case, is it, all the time?
There's 2 different sorts of experiences I had through acting. So when I was acting at Screen Festburg, for example, we'd be in the maze probably say 6:30, 7:15 for a 7 o'clock open. Once we're in that maze, we'd have like areas where we can store like a bottle of water, or in my case Powerade. Mm-hmm. Trust me, it helped.
Blue Powerade?
Yeah, Blue Powerade, it always helped. And then you'd be in there from 7 till 11. Sometimes maybe 11:30 at like the later dates, like more to Halloween. And it was a straight 7 to 11, 11:30, no breaks, nothing. And it was you had that adrenaline, you had that energy, and you kept it up right the way through. You then go to somewhere, say like Alton Towers, for example, and you would have a brief. You'd have a call time, so they'd have a daily brief. You'd be in the maze before 1 o'clock for opening. you get in your positions. And one thing I liked about that is that you weren't in the same position all the time. You'd swap about different positions. So in theory, you'd have to sort of get used to working in each different area.
But it's a long day, isn't it? You know, from obviously getting up so early, then going through makeup, and then obviously rehearsals prior to it, or warm ups, and then actually going in. It is a long day.
It is a long day, but the good thing is they break it up, so you do an hour and a half in the maze, then you have half an hour break, then an hour and a half, then a break. So that's good because you're not in a maze for more than an hour and a half at a time. So you do, the days you do get breaking up in between, so that it's not a constant 9-10 hour day. However, like what some people that I know have worked at farm parks and then gone to somewhere like Towers, and sometimes it could be a shock to the system.
Yeah.
And if you've worked like where you do a long stint, because most attractions always have a long stint where it's. So at Towers we do say maybe 11 days straight. Me and Gary Irving at the time was the first attraction I worked there with Subspecies, so we were both in the same maze. So our daily routine was we'd be up at 8:30 in the morning. We'd go Mackey's to pile on a massive breakfast. That basically topped us up for the entire day. And then we'd have snacks in between in the day as well. We'd get there for about 10:30, 11 o'clock, briefing at 12, in the maze for 1, finish anywhere between 9 and 10. On his way home, have a takeaway, something to eat. By the time we get home, have a bath or a shower.
I feel like I'm going through your whole lifestyle here, Andy.
It's about 12. It's say 12 or 12.
What time do you get tucked in?
Probably about 1.
About 1.
Morning. And then next day repeat the same cycle.
So it is tiring. It is tiring.
Yeah, and you can lose sleep on it. So
you lose sleep, you lose weight, you lose everything through October. So if you're a scare actor working throughout the whole of October, it's a fantastic diet. It's a fantastic diet because you lose loads of weight. But Andy, that was a good chat on that. What are you doing at the moment? Like what are you currently doing at this moment in time? Who are you working for?
Well, currently at the minute, as I'm sure you know, I'm working with the retreat.
Okay.
Other than that, normally I like to do a maze as well throughout October. Because one thing I do know is I always like to try different places. I like seeing how different places work.
Yeah.
I like to see how the actors are managed and trained differently. I always try and push myself further because even though I've been in it for 7 years, I've still got a lot to learn, and I know that there's still out there. And it's one of those. Do I think I'm the best actor? Not even close. Not by any stretch of the imagination. So there's still a lot. I mean,
you're always learning, mate. You're always learning. Everyone's always learning.
There's never too much that you can know. There's always that extra ammunition. If you end up with enough ammunition, you can be put into any scare maze. No, you get given the room, your character, story, the backstory. With them combinations, you can figure out roughly what to do. And then once you have the first group through, and then the second, and then the third, by the time you've done a few groups, you get to know what you can do, what you can't do, what works, what doesn't work. There's so many elements to consider with scare acting, and I don't like to make it sound such a difficult job. It's probably physically demanding more than anything. It is a lot of fun. I'd recommend it to anyone, and if there's any scare actors that are always new to the industry and they want advice, I'd always say just put me a message. Anything they want to know, I'm always willing to help because I never even wanted to do this, and
You've taken a lot out of it.
I've taken so much.
So there you go.
More than I thought.
Phil Andy's inbox is up with requests. If you're new to the industry or you want to learn more, speak to Andy. He'll give you advice all day long. But now it's time for the Wheelie Hop Challenge. So now the wheel is over there, and it's a big bugger. So I'm going to throw and get it. So bear with me.
This will be funny.
You're excited for this, aren't you, Andy?
Oh, yes.
Da, 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 da. Right, here we go. Okey-dokey. Check this out. Now look at that. That is impressive.
It's like the Wheel of Fate.
And it's a big bugger as well. So, the rules are, I'm going to ask Andy a question. Now, Andy's going to answer that question, and then we're going to spin the wheel. Now, whatever the wheel lands on, I have sauces which are pre-prepared down here. Now, each sauce has a specific horror name. So obviously those names are all listed on here. There's also got 2 different choices as well. So we've got the guest choice and the host choice. So that means if that lands on either one of them, I can choose a sauce or Andy can choose a sauce. So
What if a guest chooses no sauce?
no, it has to choose a sauce. It says choose. You have to choose a sauce. Those are the rules.
Just in case anyone was wondering, no, you can't back out.
No, you can't back out. Those are the rules as well. You can't back out. So yeah, I'm going to ask Andy a question, and then we're going to spin the wheel, and then to see what sauce it lands on. Now, like I say, these sauces go up in spices. So we start off at 1 chili, and they go all the way up to 6 chilies. So I will tell you how many chilies it's got when it lands on it. Are you ready, Andy?
Let's go for it.
Okay, so we're going to ask you first question. What was the first attraction you ever visited?
Terror of the Towers Bloodfest Banquet.
Terror of the Towers Bloodfest Banquet. Fantastic. So we'll pull it over here. It's going to whack your mic. You ready?
Lovely.
3. I'll do it. 3, 2, 1. Exciting. Host choice. So you get to choose. Host choice. Oh, that's me. That's me.
Yeah.
I thought it was co-host then. Right, yes, it's me. Right. Shall I be nice or shall I be evil? You know what? I'm going to go in the middle. We'll go with parascoval activity, which is the middle sauce. So get your plate, Andy. Okay. Get yourself a chip. Give it a bit of a shake. Okie dokie. Bring it over here. There we go. Get it on there for you, mate. That's a good lad. Okay, get some on there as well. Oh, on the table. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Now this has 4 chilies, so we're in the middle. Oh, it's alright that one, isn't it? It's alright that one.
Yeah, I'm normally fussy with
It's all my hands.
Just don't rub your eyes with it, whatever you do.
No. Ooh. Right, okay, question 2. What is your favourite scare attraction you have visited?
Probably say subspecies Alton Towers again.
Subspecies Alton Towers. Back in the mic. Right, go. Spin the wheel, Andy.
Same again.
Same again? Same again. Right, so we've got parascoval activity. Oh, here we go. Grab yourself a chip. Oh, God. You know what? I think I've had this one more than any of the rest of them. What was that small chip for?
I don't know. You put them in.
Right, okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Make sure it goes right to the back of your throat.
You're loving it, aren't you?
I'm absolutely loving this, mate, yeah. Okay. So I'm loving it. That kicks my ass every time I have it. Okay, question 3. But it's lovely though.
Taste wise, it ain't too bad.
Ghost chilies with blueberries.
What, that's what ghost chilies in?
Got ghost chilies in, yeah. Yeah. But it's only 4. So it's like the medium one. But it's beautiful. Really, really nice. Put that back down there. Okay. What's your favourite character you've ever encountered in a maze / attraction?
Oh, what, I can't think. I'd probably say one of my favourite characters was Bloodhusk in the Village.
Bloodhusk in the Village. Played by Dan Thorpe. Let's go. Ah, you know what? Sauce. So sauce, it's got 1 chili. It is one of the thickest ones. So
it looks like it ain't going to taste very nice.
apparently it's nice. But,
be hard,
but I've got to bash it apparently. So hold on. Ah, there we go. Happy days. Put your chip on there.
Yeah, it's easy doing that.
There you go. Take your chip. So Dean watched our last episode and he's seen how much we struggled getting the sauce out of this bowl. He went, just give it a whack on the bottom. So I'll just give it a whack. Okay. You ready, Andy?
Yeah.
This is only 1, so you should be alright with this.
Do you know what? It's not hot. It's just a taste.
You're not a fan of that?
No.
Now, Andy's very picky with food.
So, yeah, anyone that's watching, if I don't like something, it's not because it's genuinely horrible. It's just I'm massively fussy. When it comes to taste.
Jalapenos with apples.
Yeah, I'm not much on fruit.
There you go. Well, all these have got fruit in them. They're all fruit based.
There's a lot that I don't like, so just for anyone that is watching, don't think that it's automatically horrible because I don't like it, because trust me, when it comes to food, I'm massively fussy. There's a lot I don't like.
Yeah. 99.9% of food.
Mm.
Burger and chips. You like burger and chips.
Plain pizza all day.
If you could build a scare maze, what would the theming be?
Dolls. If I could have a maze, I'd actually know what it'd be called. So you got like the Field of 1,000 Screams, for example, House of 1,000 Corpses.
Yeah.
I'd have probably something like the Domain of 1,000 Dolls. And then if I could put anything in to attraction, and feel free any owners to take this on board. If anyone wants to put anything in attraction, somebody please put a Furby organ. If you haven't seen it, YouTube it. That in an attraction would be awesome.
Great idea. Right. Come on, Exorcist. Oh no!
Oh, I've got the horrible one again.
Oh, it's sauce again.
Yeah,
no. Can't share chips, not allowed.
Yeah.
Right, give it a shake.
Joe, I might as well get two for the one for the next one as well.
Right, good shout. Right. Oh, there you go. Put your chip on here. Who's a naughty? What's that? I think that's a jalapeno.
It looks like, I'm not even going to comment what that looks like.
Cheers, Andy. That's lovely. I really like that.
It's the taste.
Question 5. What's an attraction or event you really want to visit?
If we're going international, I'd say both Europa Park and Horrorland.
Horrorland's amazing.
But
Team Horrorland.
one in the UK I've always wanted to visit but never got the chance, Fort Amherst.
Yeah, okay.
And that was event down in Kent that was run by volunteers, and they actually do it for charity as well.
Okay. So that's a good shout. Come on, Exorcist. A Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't think we had this one last time. Did we have this one? Where is it? There it is. No, we haven't. It is a brand new bottle. What's this one? Oh, it's only 3 chilies. So you should be right. Does this need a whack? No, that comes out like... that comes out. Put it on your plate. Put it on your plate. Go on, you put it on. More. That's it.
That'll do.
That's it. Right, I'm covered in parascoval activity. I don't know what I've done.
It smells like Tabasco.
But it's on my jeans, it's on the table. It smells like what? Tabasco, right? Oh, look at that.
Oh,
beautiful.
It's Tabasco. It tastes like it as well.
Naga chilies with peach, mango and pineapple. That's lovely. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Or a Nagama.
Do you know what?
I'm going to pronounce it.
I think the Parascopa one's my favourite. So
Parascoval is lovely. Right, next question. I was about to spin it again then. What's your go-to Halloween costume?
Well, something what I was going to wear in Subspecies if I got the chance to. I always loved the story of the Subspecies and the Controller. And one character I always wanted to create for Subspecies as well, to have like that more character element to it, was the Controller's apprentice.
Okay.
So I'd have a similar costume to the Controller, but more. If anyone's ever seen Gotham, the series on Netflix, look at Bane's costume. It's very similar. It's very mean. It's very menacing. It's like, because I always found that Subspecies was one of those mazes where when I went through it, it was, you start off with a lot of fear from the word go. And from an acting point of view, it's because it's a very intense maze. It was one of the most intense mazes I'd been through at the time. It's the case you've got to keep up that intensity. You put the fear of Christ in them. It's if you tell them to line up at the start, they line up, no questions asked.
So what's the Controller?
The controller was.
No, is that who you? That is who you'd be. A go-to Halloween costume.
I'd probably
Stop letting your mouth cool down by rabbiting on. Go-to Halloween costume because we're going for The Exorcist.
Controller's apprentice.
There we go. I'm not letting your mouth cool down because I know you're getting. Oh, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Have we had this one yet?
No, we haven't actually.
Is this a? It's a very thick one. It's a very, very thick one. Gotta give the bottom a bash. Bash, bash, bash. Oh, it's very thick. Put it on there.
You get more on the table than
Oh,
you
this
want,
one.
mate.
I've got a lot on the table today, actually. Right, cheers. This one's only 2 chilies. Mmm.
Oh, that's nice.
That's barbecue.
That's very barbecuey.
Chipolata peppers with cherries. Oh, Chipolata, I don't know how to pronounce it. Chipolata. Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Chipotle. I don't know what it says. Sorry, Dean. What's your favourite scary movie?
VHS.
VHS.
How many more have we got?
Oh no!
You determined to get
So
that
close. Right, Jeepers Reapers.
I haven't tried this one yet though, so either way.
Oh god, I'm starting to sweat now.
I sweated before and it is warm in here anyway.
It is warm in here, isn't it? I'm starting to sweat though. Right, there we go. It is a good lad. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. 3, 2, 1, go. Mmm.
The taste ain't good.
5 chilies.
The taste isn't good already.
Stop being so fussy. It's only
I can't help it, trust me, you have taste, you'll tell you how I'm fussy. No.
the Carolina Reaper peppers with. Oh shit! Sorry. Oh, don't swear on this podcast, but that one got me.
I did say that probably swears will come out at some point.
Oh, I didn't think it was going to be me. Oh, sweating. Oh god. What's your favourite deal? How long have you been in the scare industry?
7 years.
Exorcist. Texas Chainsaws.
You know the barbecue one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You like that one, didn't you?
I do actually.
Right, we've got one more of these, and then we're playing you 30 seconds to hell.
Oh.
So we'll explain a bit more about that in a minute. Right, Andy, get yourself a chip. What's in that?
Coke.
Knowing you, I thought there'd be Malibu in it.
I know, we said no. I don't see why. If anything, that would have probably made it worse.
Cheers. They're just so hot, but it's nice. Animatronics, yes or no?
So I think it's all catching up to me now. Do I like animatronics? Yes, they look cool. Can they do what an actor do, and can they adapt to what an actor can do?
No.
No.
Exorcist. Oh, you're gonna be lucky again. Oh,
My favourite one again?
Texas Chainsaws. Is that the one we just had?
Yeah.
You've been lucky, you haven't you?
But the thing is, you know full well on the next one, I'm trying it regardless.
Oh yeah, we're doing your 30 seconds to hell. I will explain that in a minute. I'll let you explain it. Right, get your chip.
I've actually got the rules and everything on, so I can explain that as well.
Put it down here. It's already a mess around here. Bash, bash. Look at that. Boom. Right. There's sauce everywhere. Right. Cheers, Andy. What's scaring me? Like a baby.
You know what's weird? Even though it's meant to be hot sauce, I feel like it's cooler. I feel like that one cools it down a bit. You know
It
what I
does.
mean?
Right, last one to get one. What's been your favourite scare con location?
Margate, 2016.
Come on, Exorcist! No! Oh!
I was just gonna say.
Oh no!
Really? It landed on Paris. Really, that landed on Paris.
Oh no! Oh. No, it's finished on Jeepers Reapers. Oh, fuming. Oh, so you know what? You got to have the Exorcist anyway because we're playing that game.
Yeah.
So right,
Good event.
look at that, boom.
So I finished on Periscope. Hey.
Put it over here. Right, here we go. Try not to get it on the table. Right. Look at the size what I've got to you. Cheers. Wow.
Oh, it's more the taste of this one. I really don't like the taste. I don't like the taste of it. Sorry, Dean, but I don't
Oh, it's
like it.
beautiful, but that's so hot. Oh, that made it worse.
Yeah, water will make it worse. To be fair, the only thing that made it better was milk, but none of us have got them.
Right, so that was the Wheel It Hot Challenge. Did you enjoy that?
Do you know what? It was actually alright.
Well, because you didn't get the Exorcist.
No, but I've tried near enough everything else.
What, did we get everything else?
I've had that. I've had that. I've had that.
We got
I've had
everything?
That. Yeah. I've
We
tried
got everything
literally
apart from
else.
Exorcist. You got everything apart from the Exorcist.
I was actually alright.
Right. So now what we're going to do is Andy has a show called the DJ Andy Rock and Horror Show. Now on this he plays a game which is called 30 Seconds to Hell. Is that right?
Yeah. So I've got the rules here actually. So basically, you have 30 seconds to name as many scare attractions as you can, and you must name only the scare attractions and not the parent company or event name. So, for example, like say you can't say Dr. Frights and then get a load of points there. You've got to name like the specific attractions. So things that count would be like scare mazes, scare escape rooms, scare zones, walking / ghost bus tours.
So just scare attractions. We're going just scare attractions.
Like purely scare. So like the only things that don't count are like street theatre and the event name. So like say Dr. Frights for example.
So that's how it works. So, but before he does this, he's having a big spoonful, well, chipful of the Exorcist. So Andy, get yourself a chip. Get your countdown ready. Where is it? The Exorcist. 6 chilies. You can tell by the colour of it how hot that is. Right, here we go. I'm going to have a big bit with you as well. There you go. Get a bigger chip than that. That's it. Put it on your plate. Right, get it on there. That's a good lad.
Yeah, how lad?
What?
How much?
Not that much. Right, you ready? Here's to good health.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Makes me hot.
I'll give you a hint. This is an afterburner. Comes on late.
Oh, you're not kidding.
That's hot, isn't it? Make my tongue on fire. You can't have a drink though.
Yeah, well,
I can. Right, okay. Start your countdown.
that's it. Go on. I feel like I know what Johnny Cash was singing about now. Ring of Fire. I feel like he's trying to burn me a new arsehole.
Right, start your countdown and I'll count.
Oh, no.
Come on.
3, 2, 1. Okay, subspecies, the wood, the morgue, the asylum, the freezer, 7, love hurts, slasher, nocturnal screenfest Burton, big top platform 15, carnival of carnage, 2073. Oh god, carnival of screams, Vulcan Peak, X4 Phobia Rebirth, Clown Town, House of Clowns, Anarchy Live.
20.
That ain't bad considering after I've had
That mouth's on fire.
Oh, your mouth's on fire, my house is on fire. Alright, shut up.
Right. Wow, that's hot.
Just a bit, yeah.
Are you glad you didn't get that before?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit.
You did well though.
The
20.
rest of them were fine, but then I got that 6th one. It's oh, God.
I thought you did really well. Because then you got 20, but my mouth's on fire now. The Exorcist is the next level. Anyway, Andy, thank you very much for joining us. Have you enjoyed yourself?
I was up until that bit, yeah. Apart from that, yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, well, thank you to you again for watching. We will be back next week with another episode featuring Michael Bolton. The week after, Mikey from Scare Track will be on the show with us. Yeah, so check us out. My mouth's still burning on fire. Check us out on our socials. So it's at Pumpkin Podcast on Facebook, at Pumpkin _ Podcast on Twitter, and just at Pumpkin Podcast on Instagram. But again, Andy, thank you very much for joining us. You're welcome back, I say, anytime.
Yeah, thanks, pal.
You're welcome,
No
mate.
worries.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's fun.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye.